So, like we were discussing, that according to Walter Pater and the other writers and theorists who belonged to the aesthetic movement, art needs to be celebrated for its beauty, for its aesthetic potential, and for its aesthetic qualities. And naturally, for that, in that light, if we had to consider a work of art in that light, then form in art and the manner of expression become much more important and valuable than the content, than the subject matter. And if the subject matter ceases to be important, and if it's only the style that matters or the style that is emphasized on, it is obvious that the, the moral ground or the moral element will also not be given much importance. And this is exactly what happened. You have the likes of the playwright Oscar Wilde, for example, who projected sin as more attractive than virtue. So most of his characters in his plays would be very attractive, but they would be men of very low morals. So, but his the dialogues would be sparkling and they would be brilliant. And Oscar Wilde's plays are, of course, known for their epigrammatic value, but there would be no moral takeaway from his plays. Now, it will be wrong to put Walter Pater in the same scale as Oscar Wilde or in the same basket as Oscar Wilde, because Pater did not dismiss the importance of or the need of morality in art. He in fact said that morality could be one of the parameters. It doesn't have to be given special treatment, but he put it on a par with other standards of beauty that increase a work of art's aesthetic appeal. But in his opinion, definitely the best criterion, the best parameter, the best yardstick to judge a work of art is the impression of beauty that it leaves on the mind of the reader or the viewer, whichever medium it is using to express itself. And the aesthetic theory promoted or advocated a rejection of abstract and philosophical theories to measure the merit of a work of art, because according to the aesthetes, life is too short for theorizing. And according to Pater, a critic's business is to record his enjoyment for the benefit of others. So a critic not only needs to be completely absorbed and completely respond as his individuality will prompt him and allow him to respond to a work of art, but also document those exact places and those exact you know, areas in the work of art where he experiences that pleasure for the benefit of others. So here I have a quote by Walter Pater, and he says, the function of the aesthetic critic is to distinguish, to analyze and separate from its adjuncts the virtue by which a picture, a landscape, a fair personality in life, or in a book produce so much of pleasure. Right? So it is to locate that pleasure and then to document it and then to present it with viewers or readers. Right? So, according to Pater, art needs to exist for art's sake. Art has to be judged for art's sake. Art cannot be judged by applying life's standards to art. You have to apply aesthetic standards to art, because he believes that the function of art is not to teach, but to withdraw the thoughts for a while from a crude, harsh reality. So we are looking at a kind of an escapist theory in art, where it helps the reader or the viewer or the spectator to escape reality for some time by escaping into a world of art, into a different realm, which is the realm of art. So, aesthetic theory imparts the highest quality to the present moment. It is this present moment which is the most important in aesthetic theory.